Lizards, how do we build it with new Aetherdrift cards? Do they help the deck or not? The answer is probably still don't play Hazoret. This card is terrible in the Boros Convoke deck. It is probably, in fact, it is slightly better here because at least you could like make your Hired Claw unblockable, swing in unblockably, get your attack trigger off, trigger your other like lizardy things. I get it. The win rate attached to this card is still extremely low in this deck, probably slightly better than Boros Convoke, but still really bad. If this card had Trample attached to it, I think I'd be down to try it. Like a 2-mana 5/3 indestructible traced haste trample out of nowhere could be, I think, playable, but without trample, meh, not feeling it. Don't play this card. What about the Far Fortune End Boss? So far from the data from people that I played, this is, I think, the lowest win rate card you can possibly put in your deck. It's just too expensive is the issue. Like, I think we really want to be low to the ground with a lot of spamming the deck, spamming the battlefield with a bunch of lizards, and I think it's just too expensive, even though it is kind of a cool card. If you want to try it out, throw it in there, but I wouldn't craft more than one. I wouldn't play more than one. Laughing Jasper's Flint. Not an Aetherdrift card. I'm actually not going to play it today. Every time I have ever tried to play this card, it immediately dies because you play it, it has no end of the battlefield effect. It flips to your opponent. If they haven't already killed it, now's their chance to kill it, and then it finally flips back to you. It's just too slow for best of one standard. It's a really good card. It's just too slow. So instead, we're going to opt for 4 copies of the Valet Flamecaller, which has an immediate effect, right? If it enters, then all the damage you deal that turn basically gets a +1 attached to it. And we're going to opt for 2 copies of the legendary Alicia. I think she's really good in this deck. You can attack kind of willy-nilly with your lizards. Even if they die, you can slam Alicia after combat, get it back, keep it all going. I think she's going to be really good in this deck. 22 lands, a lot of cheap stuff, and a lot of burn for removal like Burst Lightning and Lightning Strike. We're really kind of running this as like a burn kind of aggressive deck, I guess, like a lot of pings to the face. I think that's the style you want to go for with lizards. We're also trying out, what is that black? There's a squirrel in here. There's a non-lizard in here. I was looking at the data from some games, and I think that card actually has a pretty high win rate. I think this is good against mono red, because when it attacks, you both deal damage and also gain life for every lizard you control. And I bet it's the life gain that boosts the win rate up there. So we'll give that a go too. We're on the play here. Looks really nice. I'm pretty tight on time, so this will be a quick video. Hopefully we get to 30 minutes and then we're just done. We're also running the Gastel Thrill Seeker. We're going to try that out. Let me make sure I get my triggers correct. This deck actually requires like thought. Enters, deal damage. I'm just checking. Yeah, we can't like get speed first. This card you want to play before the second main phase, so you actually get the trigger on the second main phase. But I guess we just curve out into the Flamecaller here. The Touch and the Thrill Seeker, it's a new card. I think it's the only engine card in the deck. But giving it like haste and death touch as a late game top deck is really nice, I think. So I think this is a very reasonable inclusion. Plus it comes with the enter the battlefield effect. Like, this seems like an extremely solid card. We might bin the Thrill Seeker here. It's already kind of done the work. They both deal 2 damage a turn. Yeah, I guess with the Flamecaller, the Hired Claw is actually better. Okay. Land, Flame Coal. 2 damage there. And then 2 more damage there. So hits for 4 that turn. And then next turn we'll drop the Mentor before combat. Deal the damage, get the trigger second main phase, and then figure out if we'd Lightning Strike or play a land or do something else. Pit of the Offerings, a nice tech. Anti-Graveyard freebie land. I haven't played this yet. Some of you guys leave comments saying to play it, and I agree, it makes sense, but I have not done it yet. This doesn't play around like Phantom Interference, but I think we do want to do this before combat, and before we play the land too. Could hit a freebie land off the Mentor. Opponent is thinking about the counter. We're dealing a lot of damage this turn. We're dealing 8 damage. Plus Lightning Strike is on the way. Okay, we'll go to the comment section. The classic. Devon says of the Subsunan deck from yesterday, the intro is so true with 4 or 5 O's. I really appreciate your realistic views of these cards. These creators are out of control with their titles. Dude, I agree. It's like, it's actually crazy. Like, I'm not even like that bothered by it. But It's kind of insane how many decks say busted or broken. Is anyone here playable? We could take the Vine Lasher here, I guess, and go land. Could also just Lightning Strike face. I feel like the Vine Lasher is a good investment against them. I think they might have trouble dealing with that over the course of the game. Let's just go Vine Lasher. Plus, it's going to get amplified by the Flame Color. So just for one. Play the land, get the trigger. It's absurd. I have like varying degrees of thoughts about it. If the deck is like kind of good, I don't really mind it as much. When it's actually just absolute ass crack, like that blows my mind. Like the CGB deck being the you know, one of the lowest win rate possible decks in Standard and having breaking in the title is pretty wild. There are other decks, dude. There are so many. If it's like middle of the road, I don't mind as much. But if it's actively terrible, I don't know, man. Who goes here? Everyone's so juicy. I'm never giving up my draw engine. The Claw could get blocked this turn. The Claw hits twice. So does the Vine Lasher, though, in theory. I think let's bin the Claw. I just like my Mentor too much. Ah, man, you're going to really do this to me? Yeah, we could sack the Vine Lasher. I like our draw engine. Play the Flamecrawler, attack, deal damage. See what's going on after combat, I guess. Goodbye, friends. Ooh, you're spicy. Can we give you haste? Lizard, mouse, otter, or raccoon? You're a squirrel. No dice. Okay, hit him for 2. Get our post-combat trigger. We could play out a give. Or we could go to Squirrel Town. I think we'll take the give. A number of other... I mean, this card's pretty good, too. Whatever. We'll take the give. I don't know. They've just been on such the defensive, and we're just getting this incremental value off the Mentor. The game's not over, but we're moving really close to the right direction here. If they could sequence a bunch more of this towns, you know, bounce our attacking creature, bounce a Momentum Breaker, get some value that way, we could get knocked out of the game. But with Lightning Strike in hand, we're very close to just nabbing lethal here. Conlundrury 8069 says, I always love your videos. Heart, heart. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm doing the best that I can with what I got. All right, that was a good win. I mean, I anticipate winning like 50-50 with this deck. But this was a good intro game. We felt like very strong on the play. I don't even know if we're on the play or not. I'm assuming we were. Felt very tempo-y. Just kind of everything, chipping them down. They never picked off our like draw engine cards. That was nice. Because they only had sack effects. That felt like about how this deck should be played. Just kind of low to the ground, chip away at them. Little annoying lizards coming at you from every side. 2-lander on the draw. Looks about as good as it gets here. Sequencing wise, who's good? Maybe Vine Lasher. Maybe the Claw gets blocked easily. So this is a kind of a more interesting comment than it appears. Ready Aim Fire says, Innkeeper talent is good with Subsunin because she can attack each turn. I think her place is in Counters deck. Bristly Bill and other creatures producing +1/+1 like Tumblewag. Okay, so there's like part of this where you're right and part of this where you're wrong. I agree with the part that if you are already deciding to play Innkeeper's talent with her, and you've fallen into that trap, then yes, I think she should be in a dedicated creature deck where like every creature is possibly able to benefit from Innkeeper's talent. And like you said, even other creatures could put +1 counters on Subsunin. Like if you're going to do it, go all in on the whole creature thing. That being said, Boros. Did we just lose here? Have we just already lost the game? I mean... yeah, I think the Vine Lasher is maybe better. It comes in as a 3-drop though. They didn't have a creature on 1. Most of their hasty creatures on 2. I'm just not sure the Hired Claw really gets in for that much damage. But potentially we could play the Vine Lasher on 3 later. I don't know. Yeah, so if you're already deciding to fall into the trap, then sure, yes, I agree. But the reason you know it won't be that successful is just forget Subsunin. Is there a Simic deck today that looks like that is good, that plays creatures and Innkeeper's Talent? The answer is no. If it doesn't exist today, I don't think adding a 5-drop into like your aggressive counters creature deck is going to make it so good that that is like a good place to play it. That's why I think shoving it into a control deck where it does pretty well, like basically I just took the Pro Tour winning deck, manipulated it a little bit and threw Substitute in there. Like that's a good shell for her, I think. Okay, what are we doing now? We could go double Vine Lasher here. I'm sorry, I'm playing slowly because I'm yapping like a mofo. How good is this card? I think we go double Vine Lasher here. Rock Collar could be good too. Dude, I don't know. There's too many options. We want Mentor down next turn. I feel like the Rock Collar could actually be very good here. We lose all the land value. Alright, we'll start with this. I'm sorry I'm playing so slowly. They might not even be, True Boros. They're not True Boros. Okay, well, does that change anything? Not really. I think we can still go Rot Collar here. If we go Mentor, we need to hit land too. Alright, maybe we go Mentor here instead. Hope they don't kill it. And then maybe ping them with the Thrill Seeker and try to hit land off the top. Because we do need land. That's okay. 1-for-1 is not the end of the world. Now what? So we don't hit land. I think we'll get the engine started here. Rock Collar is also very good. Nah, I'm not even sure the engine's that good. Let's give him a squirrel. Maybe go double Vine Lasher this turn. Hit him with the squirrel Rock Collar. The Grey Goose 87 says, the content creator the MTG Arena community needs and deserves. Thank you. What's the, I'm not the hero you need, I'm the hero you did. What is the Batman quote? I like that one from The Dark Knight. No land. Hashtag no land. 1 mana open. Could die here. At least we get the attack trigger. I think we'll go double Vine Lash. We are in desperate need of land, but we're like kind of doing some things. Let's see if you get smited again. We do get our attack trigger. No smite. Could get Sunfold. We're doing the best we can here. I'm not sure what the Batman quote is. I'm not the hero. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to legitimately look it up right now. Dark Knight, not the hero you need? Quote? The hero Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now. Okay, second lockdown. That's nice. Land is good. If you attacked this turn, I think we just Flame Call here. Try to attack next turn, slam Alicia. Oh, nothing's in the graveyard anyway. Yikes. I mean, double lockdown is pretty good here. It's probably like the best possible thing you could have against us. Can technically play the next Flame Caller before combat, I guess, to get double triggers. I mean, this might die again, but what are you going to do? Maybe they just make a Merrick's token and draw. I don't know, man. Make a Fish, draw a card. Take the chump. It's not looking great. I feel like double lockdown is almost the auto lose. It's Sunfall. We're very close to dead here. Carrot Cake, make a blocker, draw another card. I'll give it like 2 more draws. I'm willing to scoop though. I suppose we can play Alicia here. But we are about done. $118 Hi says, hi Doc. I also really like the format you have going on. Thanks for the good content. Usually once I hit Mythic, I just start having fun with fun decks, but since BLB, Brazilian Butt Lift, since BLB, I don't know what that is. I probably should know. Since BLB and Mono Red, it's a lot less fun. BLB. What is BLB? Boros? BLB. I'm sorry, it's probably obvious. I don't know, I'm blanking on it though. Why do they have a pair of 3/3s? That doesn't seem very fair. And 2-mana open? Is it time to scoop yet? We don't mind if the claw dies. We have to attack this turn. Alright, let's try this. Speed started. We can give you haste as well. And send everyone in there and hope Alicia gets someone back, but we're so far gone this game. It's not even close. Down to 13. Smite another one. Okay. The exile is just brutal. We do get an Alicia trigger. We do get our freaking lizard back. Let's go. Down to 13. We're gonna win. Oh no. Take 6. Okay. Think they're gonna sweep again? You think we're gonna see another Sunfall here? Somehow I would not be surprised. Split up. Alright, we're done. We're done. It's not that I wouldn't play longer. I just don't know if I'll keep your attention if we keep playing. I think that's basically futile though. I think there's no way to come back from that position. I actually did have fun, believe it or not. It's okay to lose sometimes. Alright, but since the Brazilian butt lift in mono red, it's a lot less fun. What I found worked good for me was full prowess, monastery, storm chaser, drake catcher, and some other 1 in blue cards, and then all 1/2 mana pump spells. Now I'm playing a race game and just bet on who can win faster. That sounds fun. I'm glad you found a way to have fun in standard and you know, have a way to, I guess, either not play mono red or found a way to even enjoy playing against mono red. That seems like a healthy response. Azorius leader. Well, this is really bad against Azorius control. And they are looking control-y. Do you mull this hand? It's only good against aggro. It's terrible against everything else. But I don't know if I'm going to mulligan it. Let's see if they're juking us out. Bo1 says, I like the set review. People missed out. Thanks. I'd like to think so. It just takes a lot of time. Like, I didn't do it. I guess I could do it on my... It depends, like... Alright, what's the trade-off between time and insight? I read through all those cards once before I started filming. It took me like 2 hours or 3 hours just to read through the cards in my head. And then to like formulate some thoughts ahead of time if stuff would be good. And then another 2.5 hours to like sit down and actually film it all after the fact. So, it takes a lot of time. Get him, lizard. Their Abuelo's Awakening. Well, we can just hold open Burst Lightning pretty easily. So we actually have a decent number of outs here. And we're putting on pressure, okay? Yeah, we'll just hold open Burst Lightning. This game is not over here. Technically, we'll play you out first. In case we hit land. Plus we get the Rock Collar bonus. Bounce you, sure. We still get the trigger, which is nice. And we have to hold up and Burst Lightning here, just in case they already have Abuelo's Awakening. It's our only window to make it work. I think you have to, right? We auto-lose if we don't. So let's just not show them the Hired Claw, so they don't know that we know they know, you know? If they do nothing, I think we'll just Burst Lightning face. Okay, so they're not doing it this turn. That's okay. We got 2 more Burst Lightnings to fit into our curve. Mentor could keep hitting his land too. I mean, this kind of gives up that we know that they know, you know? Or they know that we know. But what are you going to do? So we can attack first. Let's see. Other creatures you control enter with an additional +1 for each opponent who lost life this turn. Okay, let's just attack first and figure out what to do after. There's no stick at all. They got nothing in that hand. The Rock Caller does an extra, like, 3 damage next turn. The Flame Caller... Oh, we don't even have the next land, so we're trapped into the 2-drop here. Because we still have to leave open red here for Burst Lightning. Which is okay. We'll keep the pressure on. Are you ready to slam it? Is it time? It is time. I always put on full control. I don't really necessarily have to, but I'm always anxious, suspicious that it'll pass without giving me a chance to Burst Lightning. Bounce you. Okay. In response, we attempt this. I guess technically we could have held open 2 Burst Lightnings. We'll see if they win here or not. They have the counterspell. What's that last freaking card, though? If it's a draw spell, they could win the game off a single card. Okay, draw 2, discard 1. Can you get there? They totally could whiff. They don't have to have it. If you can go 1 card through your entire deck, I think it's kind of bullshit. Oh, they actually whiff. Let's go. Wait, second Abuelo's Awakening. Or can they get back anything else relevant? They need a... Ooh, let's go. Yeah, I mean, we could have held open all their removal spells. Maybe that's smart. Honestly, maybe that's smarter. We had 3 in hand. Maybe we should just chilled with triple Burst Lightning and done nothing the rest of the game and said, hey, you find the answer. I'm good. I think that might have been a better way to play that. How are we doing on time? I do have very limited time today. 21 minutes. All right, we'll keep going. We'll try to get to 30. Smoker1 says, also, I like the Fireside Chat. People missed out on that too. Fireside Chat was epic. I really like the Fireside Chat format. Like I said, I think it's really good for people who already know me. I could do it if I hit rank 1 again. I could do like #1 ranked player. You know, gives Fireside Chat on standard. I think that video could do well and draw a lot of people in. But just the normal Fireside Chat, I don't think you know, gains many new viewers. Camouflage on Boros. Okay. Boros Fastland with... I was like, I think I like this art. It feels old school. Kind of old school, epic magic. Look at the fog. The fog in the city. I like that. I don't like this as much. I'll tell you that. Let's see. What's our optimal curve here? I mean, Mentor is always really good, I think. Just try to outvalue them. Doesn't get any value this turn, but it gets better and better every turn. I think we'll just try to get as much value as we can. Maybe we hit some removal spells that we need. Can't do either of these, it doesn't matter. Slick Shot going to town. And let's see if they have Shelter by Ghosts. We just lose immediately. Good top deck the Burst Lightning still. Opponent is thinking here. Jude is playing Murex in their Boros aggro deck. That's interesting. An interesting life choice. They do freaking have the freaking Shelter. But they won't have any mana to interact on our turn. So if we top deck Burst Lightning, or even Lightning Strike in the next couple turns, we could escape, potentially. Hui. Ethereal Armor. Great. Okay, well that's basically game. This was a lovely game of Magic. This gains his life. Alicia, there's nothing in the graveyard anyway. This also gains his life, actually. Maybe it's you. Next turn we could play you and give you haste, though. Same with this guy, though. Alright, let's do this. We're doing the very best we can with what we got. If we top deck... Oh, we can't even top deck Lightning Strike because of Ethereal Armor. Whoops. So Rock Collar would have to be so insane that we gain like 4 life per turn to offset the Slick Shot's like 8 damage per turn. It's just not going to happen. It's not a mouse, though. It is a bird wizard. So that is a little bit of a saving grace here. How much you hitting for this time? You got that rage for me? Got the old +5? It's thinking about it. Got all sorts of thoughts. Maybe he holds Shard Mage's Rescue. If he does nothing here, he must have Shard Mage's Rescue. Otherwise, you don't think about it. So I think he's got protection for the Slick Shot. And my message to you is, it don't matter. We ain't doing that anyway. I think we attack with the Vine Lasher, knowing that Alicia could get him back anyway. If they burn the rescue on the mouse, I don't know, do we care? Or was they attacking with the Rock Collar? I think if we attack with the Vine Lasher, we kind of throw it away. I'm just not sure that that is like that big a deal. Yeah, there's no reason to. All right, let's take our +3. Our measly +3. And if they rescue the mouse, it's still not big enough to kill it. Go up to 13. We're shockingly kind of in the game here. It just takes a single pump spell on the Slick Shot this coming turn to just blow us out of the water. N Jensen 218 says, thanks for the intro. I'm exhausted seeing every all caps video from some creators using words like illegal, broken, cheating, busted, best, etc. It's to the point where I ignore the video or creator who are using this approach to hawk BS deck lists. Yeah, I think that's fair. I actually put the word best in quite a lot of my titles. But I do genuinely, like if I'm like, this is the best, you know, artifact deck or whatever deck you can make, I genuinely mean it. Like I am genuinely trying to make for you the best possible version of this deck, and I wholeheartedly believe it. I could make mistakes, but in general, I'm very thoughtful about the decks I make. So I don't think that's quite as bad. Does this count squirrels too? It does. All right, let's get Squirrely down. We might actually get out of this game. If we haste the Rock Collar, we gain a crap ton of life this turn. And they might eat one of them so we don't get the Alicia trigger. That's the question. I think it's worth it. I think getting us as quickly out of lethal range as possible is really important here. Ah, that is not a squirrel. Okay, forget that plan. We will attack all and drop Alicia after combat and get back whichever one they pick off. I think they want to pump the mouse and eat the Rock Collar here, is my guess. Lizard, mouse, otter, and raccoon, but not squirrels. Okay. That's fine. I guess the Vine Lasher does not die. We got no one in the graveyard. I mean, this Rock Collar is kind of putting in work. I don't really understand what's in their hand. They cast nothing last turn. They cast nothing this turn. Like, what? Like, what? Your whole deck is either pump spells or creatures, but you didn't deploy any creatures and you didn't play any pump spells. I guess it's one Shard Mage's Rescue for sure. But then what are the other two cards that you refuse to play? Like, we might actually Rock Collar you to death here. Okay, we can give you haste. Like, this is going shockingly well for us. I don't really understand what's going on. Do we throw away Alicia is the next question. When she attacks with +1 counter? Yeah, I guess you do. Dude, this is a huge freaking swing for us. This is wild. We're about to gain 10 life here. Like, that's crazy. What the frick is in your hand, dude? It's all lands, but like you don't want to show us you have lands? I don't know. That was like the best win ever. We're at 28 minutes. Okay, I think we'll call it here because again, I'm super tight on time today. I have a lot to do that I have procrastinated and I really need to do it. Some outro deck thoughts. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty happy with what we have. You could argue cutting like some Lightning Strike for some Go for the Throat to be able to answer like some giant creatures, but I think this is intended to be just like a super low to the ground aggressive deck, and you're just trying to chip in for damage, and I think you want the extension that Burst Lightning and Lightning Strike gives you to end the game on the spot. We're only running 22 land. I think as much as Jasper Flint can give you insane value, also like he just dies immediately every time I played him, and he doesn't have a very good winner attached to him actually, so it's too bad. But I think Alicia generally has an immediate impact. You attack first, you play her after combat, and you immediately get that card back, which I think is good. And Valley Flamecaller has an immediate impact. Farfetch'd Boss, I didn't even try it out today. Usually I try out new cards from new sets, but I don't know, it's just expensive. I just don't think that's the direction you really want to go with lizards, and I don't think you want Hazoret in here either. Some other cards we didn't play. I didn't play the Gecko. I always hate this card. It comes in, I play another Gecko, and then I play another Gecko, and then it just doesn't do anything. I just never really like this card. Oh, the discard effect is good. Pyromancer is cool, especially with Alicia. Like, if you attack with this thing and they block it, and you slam Alicia and you get it back for another trigger, I think that's really good. I'm just not sure what I'd cut for it. Like, the Rock Collar obviously demonstrated some ability in that last game, although that wasn't like representative of a normal Boros game. They should have won that. I don't know what the heck was going on there. But I could see like why this would be good in this deck. It does give you an out against like red and pixies and stuff, being able to gain that life. So that was kind of cool to see, although it's not a lizard. So I guess you could theoretically cut like the Thrill Seeker for the Pyromancer. This is a 2/3 though. Death Touch and Haste is good. Yeah, I think I like it. Yeah, I think I like what we got here today. I think lizards will be a 50-50 deck. I think this is maybe like a more streamlined version with fewer 3-drops and 4-drops that just is low to the ground, hits hard and fast, and has lightning strike and burst lightning to finish them off. I think that's where you want to be. If you liked today's video, you can hit the like button and subscribe and keep leaving more comments. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.